Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm Jordan Hawkins, your host, and this is MidDay Motivation, where you're encouraged and inspired in 5 minutes or less. I've been so excited about this series. The podcast kind of lost direction for a while, but it's been really cool to jump in just from my living room, hanging out here for a few minutes each week and just talk through some things throughout the middle of the day which just encourage and inspire me, some thoughts that have been on my mind. These aren't thoughts that I've worked out a lot in my writing, and I don't have this whole plan of what I'm going to say. I basically just start with a thought. I pair it with a verse of scripture, whether that can add some wisdom or some encouragement, and then I just share it with you right here on the podcast, hopefully in less than 5 minutes. I do my very best. But today's thought is along the lines of, you're not lazy. I was talking to a friend of mine actually at the pool. I was having a day off, and it was just so relaxing. And he was sharing with me. I said, "Man, what are you passionate about?" If you can find out what someone's passionate about, you can figure out at least where they're going or where they want to go. Especially if it's someone in your life, you want to walk with them, you want to help encourage them and strengthen them. I said, "Man, what's your passions?" He said, "Well, I'm passionate about music. I also kind of like photography. I'm interested in missions and serving God." And, he went down this long list of things. And then he said, "But I've been really lazy lately." And when he said that, when someone says something, it just doesn't quite fit, you're like, I don't know that I believe that. And so I looked back at him and I realized, because my mind did its little thing where it's like the little game at the arcade when the ball's going down in the bottom and it hits and you're like, oh, that's what the thought was. The thought was, I looked at him and I said, "Hey man, I don't think you're lazy. I think you're just struggling to find your passion. Because if you find your passion, you won't have this complacent spirit. You'll have a sprinting, running as hard as you can, following after that passion, but you have to find the passion. So if you haven't found your passion, if you haven't found what you love, if you haven't found a job or a career that you enjoy, not everything's going to be butterflies and heavenly, melodies throughout the entire day of loving your job, but you haven't found that thing. And so it's easier to believe, I'm complacent, I'm lazy, I'm not good enough. Nobody's ever going to believe in me. And I looked back at him and I said, "Man, you just haven't found your passion. You're not lazy." And so start to look at things in your life. I'm going to choose to do this. Instead of saying, "Man, I'm not good enough," or looking at the bad of something, I'm going to start to look at the good side of it. The good side of it is, isn't it so much easier to just think to yourself, I've just got to find my passion? The opposite of that thought is, I've got to stop being lazy. I've got to stop being lazy. I've got to stop being lazy. Let's talk about cleaning your room for a second, okay? Oh, I'm so messy. I've got to clean that room. I've got to clean that room. I've got to clean that room. Think about this thought. If I go clean my room, my mind's going to be a lot more clear, because when I wake up in the morning, there's not going to be mess all around me. I want a clear mind because I want a clear life. I want a clear life because I want to have healthy relationships, and I want to have healthy relationships, and I want to have a healthy business or a career. So it starts with cleaning my room. But if I think about that I'm just messy and I'm never going to be good enough and I'm not a clean person, I'll never clean my room. But if I think about the positive, if I say, what's my passion, not am I lazy? And so I wanted to say to you today, you're not lazy. You just haven't found your passion. Okay, let's be honest, guys. Some of you might be a little bit lazy. I'm even lazy sometimes, but I found this. Like in the Find Your Vision video, you can look back in the channel. If you find your vision, you will not be lazy. You'll not be lazy. I got to take a drink since this is the podcast. We can just smooth it out and not rush. And that's what I love about these, is you guys just hanging out in my living room. But the verse that I want to talk about with the thought of not being lazy and finding your passion is Colossians 3:23. It says, "Whatever you do, do it with your whole heart, not as if you're working for man, but if you're working for God." I'm not sure of our time right now, but I feel like I'm probably going over 5 minutes, but I hope you guys are enjoying this, because what I'm about to say is really important. It's that you're not working for man. You're not working for yourself. You're not working to compare yourself with your neighbor. You're not working with that person, for that person in Colorado that follows you on social media that you've never met, but you want to impress them. You're not working for that person. You're working unto God. You're working for your future. You're working for your family. You're working for your future self that's going to look back and say, thank you for finding your passion. Thank you for enjoying that time of life. Whatever you do it with your whole heart. Wake up and say, if my whole heart isn't in this, if I don't love this, then why am I doing it? For so long on this channel, on this podcast, I tried to do the things that I thought other people would love. You know what I love? I love sitting on this couch. I love drinking coffee. I love relaxing and hanging out and talking. And so that's what this is. I'm not going to try to make it something it's not because YouTube or someone has told me what I have to be. And so realize that you're not lazy. Realize that you haven't lost your way. Realize that you do have a purpose and God does have a plan for your life. And you could say, oh, Jordan, you're just puffing people up. You're just encouraging them. I am. You're exactly right. I am. There's enough people in their life that are not encouraging them. There's enough people in their life that aren't going to allow them to go in the right direction. Or excuse me, there's enough people in their life that aren't going to encourage them to go the right direction. The most life for me has been found in the deep end in my life. The most beauty, the most joy, the most excitement, the most spontaneity, all of that is found in the deep end. In the deep end, you have to learn to swim. The deep end, you have to say, I don't know what it looks like. I'm scared, but I'm going to go find what I'm passionate about. And if I don't love it, if I can't put my whole heart into it, it sounds like I need to do something else. I love how Scripture left it so open. It said, whatever you do. It doesn't say do this. It says whatever you do. Do it with your whole heart as if you're doing it unto God, not unto man. And so I just wanted to remind you in this midday motivation that you have a purpose. You matter. You have passions and goals and dreams that if you just begin to look inside, if you get alone with yourself, you're going to find those things over time. Nobody else can do it for you. I can inspire you. Someone else can inspire you. So I would just take a few minutes. As much as I'd like you to watch the next video for algorithm purposes, take a few minutes after this and journal and say, what have I been looking at the negative? Where have I been focusing at the negative? Where have I been focusing on the bad side of things? And say, hey, let me look at the positive now. Let me say, what are my passions? What can I put my whole heart into? What can I put my whole life into? What's going to be worth it 20, 30, 40 years from now? I believe in you. People in these comments believe in you. Comment below if you can think of something in your life where you've been focused on the negative or the bad side of it. Think of the good side. You're not lazy. God has a plan and a purpose for your life, no matter how many people have tried to beat you down, no matter how many people have talked bad about you, no matter how many things in your life have seemed to go wrong when you've been trying to go the right way. Wake up tomorrow. Wake up today and say, you know what? Life isn't perfect. Everybody's never going to love me, but I'm going to look inside and find what's best for me. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. As I mentioned, the links are below if you're watching on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can find everything there, extended conversations, us talking more in depth after the YouTube videos, kind of like the show after the show. You've got Midday Motivation, which is exclusively on the podcast. If you just like this Midday Motivation, if you just liked it, there's tons of other ones already over on the podcast. You can listen to them right now. Some good ones, some good stuff. These are just fun thoughts, some things that you can just pop on whenever you're going to drive to the coffee shop or you're headed to work or you're on the run, whatever it is, like you can just pop it in really quick. Pop it in. It's not a tape. It's not a CD. I don't really know. All I know is I hope that you enjoy them. As always, leave a comment below. I'm reading all these comments. I'm replying to these comments, as many as I can humanly do. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great week.